So, using the chain rule, the idea is that you're able to take the derivative of y being a function of u and u being a function of x. You do this by using the chain rule formula, dy over dx equaling dy over du times du over dx. But what allows this chain rule equation to work? Well, it all goes down onto our original derivative formula, derivative of y with respect to x equaling the limit of delta x approaching 0, change in y over change in x. To begin changing this equation to look more like our chain rule, you start by multiplying by a change in u. So our equation here equals limit delta x approaching 0, delta y over delta u times delta u over delta x. You can notice that if you take out the change in u, it will equal our original equation. Then, by using the rule that a limit of a product is the same as the product of a limit, we are able to take the limit of the change in x approaching 0, delta y over delta u, and multiply it by the limit of delta x approaching 0 of delta u over delta x. This is the same as our equation in step 2. Then, by taking each part of this equation, we're able to change it to make it look more like our chain rule formula. So to take the first one, and this is of course noting now that it's assumed that u is differentiable at x and y is differentiable at u of x. So assuming that u is differentiable at x, then the limit exists, and we are able to say that the limit of delta x approaching 0, change in u over change in x, equals the derivative of u with respect to x. Of course, this causes a bit of a problem with our next part of the equation because delta u is not approaching 0. Or is it? Because if we have a function u that is continuous at a point as delta x is approaching 0, then delta u approaches 0 with x. So we're able to say that as the limit of delta x approaching 0, delta y over delta u can be rewritten as the derivative of y with respect to u. Then, like in our equation in step 3, we're able to multiply the two together, having them equal the derivative of y with respect to x. And this is our equation in the chain rule.